Jiminy Christmas. All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. And to my immediate left, your right, Lino. No, not Lino. Basil.
Oh, wow. The disrespect.
I'm working with so many different people tonight. My head's good. Somebody, they double booked the territory, brother. I'm not doing one. I'm doing 2 shows tonight. This is the first of 2. I am so sorry, Basil. How are you doing?
Good. How are you, J-Bone?
Oh, my head's bouncing off the inside of my skull.
Oh, thank God I'm getting.
We are going to talk some. And now there's Lino in my. Okay. Well, I had to get him the link for later. So, all right, we are here to talk some AEW Dynamite a la Fight for the Fallen. The second one, number 2. The first one was last year in Daly's place. Jiminy Christmas. Quit messaging me while I'm live. I'm going to talk to you later. Your initial thoughts on this show before we get into the meat and potatoes of it, Basil?
I mean, it was a lot of good progression, I felt like, storyline wise. We finally had like the break off for Lucha Brothers, Butcher and the Blade. That tag match was fantastic between Lucha Brothers and FTR. That was a great match. And then Cody and Sonny was I felt like that one had a lot of good build up for a week.
Yeah, it really got a lot of social media, some of it for the wrong reasons, unfortunately, because there's just people that hate on Sonny, for in the whole LGBTQ
haters.
And that's so ugly when you see that. But you know what? Still incredibly brave and courageous for Sonny to doing what he's doing. Such a tremendous athlete. And
quick little fact about Sonny. So my shoot job, I am a manager. Oh yeah, look at it. We got little Ethan Page crying right there, getting tapped out by getting tapped out by Ken. I'm a store manager for Sprint, and the day before AEW Revolution, that's in Chicago, Sonny came to my store. Nice. And yeah, we sold him a phone. So I was like, "Yo, I'll see you in a few hours tomorrow."
That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, so we start to break this down. This is season 2, episode number 29, July 15th, 2020. Fight for the Fallen from AEW. They start off hot here with the title defense, the TNT Championship. Cody defending against Sonny Kiss. I love the match, and this is for the first time I'm gonna probably be critical / negative towards JR. And I really didn't like. Now, he didn't necessarily poo-poo Sonny Kiss, but basically immediately barely before the match even started, put over Cody and said this should be an easy win. I didn't like that.
No,
I didn't like that at all.
I feel that if you're a play-by-play commentator, like, and I get it, you're trying to make Sonny the underdog, but there was a whole lot of weird things. Like, there was some heel tendencies with Cody in this match as well. Like,
a lot.
Arn had to like slap him up a little bit, be like, "Boy, what are you doing?" Like, come on.
Like, get in the ring and just, if you're gonna win this,
Yeah. It was a very mean streak out of Cody that we have not seen, I would say, since the Kenny versus Cody feud, when they were both in Bullet Club, between the ROH and New Japan feud.
Yeah, and it's funny you mention Kenny, because we're going to talk about that from Kenny later. There's some underlining something brewing here in AEW, and something's. I don't know if it's something bubbling up from underneath, kind of like in Ghostbusters 2. Shout out to, the 80s movies if you're as old as me or if you even know what Ghostbusters is.
Yeah.
but something's happening. I hear a lot of people talking about the possibility or rumors about AEW trying to come up with a 4 horsemen. Have you seen these rumors? Have you heard these rumors?
I mean, I think every few years that 4 horsemen thing kind of comes up. We saw that with NXT with Charlotte, Becky, Bailey, and Sasha. We kind of saw that, and then in MMA we had Ronda's group with Shayna and Jessamine Duke and why am I completely blanking on her name? Roddy's wife. Wow. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like that conversation comes up. I mean, people were talking about. I mean, I can keep going back. I mean, Evolution was talked about as the new 4 horsemen. So I feel like this conversation comes up regularly because of how impactful the 4 horsemen were. I mean, it's to see a 4-man group in that regard. It's a special combination because you usually have a tag team mixed in there. Then you have someone who's your world champion. You had someone who's your mid card champion. So to see that, it would be good. I mean, we kind of Inner Circle had those type of vibes, but in a different mix because they have 5 guys.
Yeah.
So, and not the burger, but but yeah, I feel like that always comes up into play, and nobody will ever be able to recreate the 4 horsemen, but you can try. I haven't heard anything about it.
I mean, the fact that you've got Double A and Tully there, both working in the same company, I think that's even more reason for people to talk about it. And it's okay if they're not exactly in the mix, but if they're
influencing them.
They're behind the scenes, they're pulling the strings, if you will. So something's happening, and it's going to be very interesting because when people were talking about this several weeks ago, when people saw something that I didn't see about Cody, I'm starting to see it now.
Yeah. I mean, it's the slow change. It's people who are, I mean, he talked about it on the Road 2 episode where they're like, he can't go bell to bell, and he feels that he can. And he also brought up how he's kind of distracted with everything, which is true. He's helping run a company. He's helping promote a company. He's working on creating this new division within AEW. So I mean, there's a lot of juggling factors, and then he's got his wife dealing with the Nightmare Sisters, and that kind of whole thing is somewhat on hold because QT. I mean, they're wrestling, but QT is out, and QT is the big benefactor of that whole storyline, in my opinion.
And from what I've heard, he's still sick. So
yeah. I mean, DDP confirmed that he had COVID or has COVID.
Yeah, I heard. I had to read the article to get the story straight. He got a negative response from the doctor, and then he got another test, and it was positive or something to that.
No, so QT tested positive, but DDP and his wife had symptoms, but he tested negative, but his symptoms got worse, so he believed he got it.
Yeah. Oh, and didn't his wife have it too?
Yeah.
Something, yeah. And that's not good because she's got a compromised immune system too from fighting cancer.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's very scary times. Wear your mask.
It is. Seriously. It's a no-brainer, folks. Guys like me, I've been in my house I lost track now. Months. It's not weeks. It's months.
At the very least, wearing a mask does nothing. At the very least. At the very most, if you even save one life, it's worth it.
Save your own.
Save your own. But I'm just saying, if you can save one life by wearing a piece of cloth over your face for a few minutes when you go into Target, just do it. It's not the end of the world. I wear it 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't died yet.
Perfect example. It hasn't choked you out, brother.
No, brother. It's made my voice raspy like this, brother.
Oh, just like DDP. All right.
Hey, man. Is that gluten-free, brother?
Always gluten-free for him.
Always GMO-free.
You're right. So, this match was good. Incredible athleticism. I'm glad they gave Sonny Kiss the opportunity for this. I'm always about the shakeup. There's a couple times there during the match it looked like it was possibly going to happen, that Sonny Kiss was going to get this championship, but Cody pulls it out. And like we said, there's some heel moves. What do you think about the entrance with Sonny Kiss coming out with the roar of the Jaguars?
Yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguar. He did that last year actually at Fight for the Fallen as well.
Oh, that's right.
He did that last year as well, and I like it. He got some new music, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And I mean, anytime a wrestler can show off their personality, and it was had that big fight feel.
Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I know Sonny personally very well, and Sonny is an amazing person, amazing human being. And the fact that people are able to be themselves and not just play up a character who they might not be or live up to some stereotype that we're used to seeing, I think it's great. Yeah. I think it's good for professional wrestling.
Sonny is as real as it gets.
Dude, when you guys see Sonny on screen, that's Sonny. Like Sonny's Sonny, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's not Chuck and Billy or Billy and Chuck or whatever heck they call themselves back then. This is, wrestling's always evolving, always changing. And I think this is a proud moment for AEW to show off the talents of someone like Sonny Kiss.
Yep.
So there we go.
We got Jen Sturger in the chat on Twitch.
Jen Sturger.
Jen Decker. Yeah. She hosts Top 5 every week for AEW. Yeah.
Thanks for joining. Tremendous. Yeah. Welcome. Hey, give the Twitch channel a follow too. If you want to be cool like Jen. Much love. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, we continue. Hey, gotta pop the Twitch. It's new. We want everything to grow.
Twitch is where it's at, kids.
It's yeah. Yeah, I'm breaking in a whole new territory here. There we go.
There you go, brother.
So, we continue here with the Lucha Bros versus FTR. Dax and Cash versus Pentagon and Phoenix. Man, I'll tell you what, there wasn't, don't get me wrong. I love Mox, and I was excited for Cage versus Mox. It's the fantasy booking that we never knew that we wanted to see. And
it's a match we didn't know we want to happen. That did happen, but let's be honest. This was the match. This was the match.
This is the one I was most excited for. Lucha Bros versus FTR. Your thoughts on this match?
Oh, I loved everything about it. I mean, can we talk about Butcher and the Blades outside of the ring gear really quick? Driving in the car.
They're evolving too. Yeah, they're not all hardcore and black and leather, and they show up and they're like all white, and it's really weird and different.
I love it. It just throws you off a little bit. But them riding in FTR's car for the last few weeks has been fantastic. The Lucha Brothers are always on point, and then their gear. This week we had Phoenix with the Mexican mask. That was fantastic. We had Penta with the one eye cover. And then just the match itself though, in general. Stop.
Hey, it can't be me. I'm a married man. So if I say that, I just get in trouble,
You just get in trouble, brother.
I'm going to get in more trouble later. We'll get to that. This is going to be fun.
Oh yeah. But man, that match was so fluid, so fun. Like I thought last week's match, the 8-man tag match I've never popped for an 8-man tag match before. Real talk. Last week was fantastic.
That's usually the stuff in, no offense to New Japan, but that's the stuff in New Japan that I skip right over because
that's
you see it so often.
That's Young Lions territory right there. What you're doing is just building them up to getting their match reps in.
Yeah, there you go. But man, these guys tore it absolutely
so good.
Man, and a lot of storytelling here. We're going to skip to the end here. FTR pulls off something a little dirty here. First time I've really seen him pull off something dirty here. They unmasked.
My boy Phoenix.
Just like what happened. Yep. They unmasked Phoenix. Unbelievable. And rolled him up for the pin.
This is what happens when you don't wear your mask. You lose matches.
Yeah, you do.
So wear your mask. You'll win at life.
There you go. Be like. Did you notice that usually Pentagon's got like the face paint and everything, the skull paint.
Mm-hmm.
It's more stripped down.
I think it was a little bit. He had it on his eye still. I think it's Florida, man. That place is humid as hell. I think that was like 115% humidity, most likely. I'm not a weatherman. I don't know this type of stuff.
I don't blame him. Trust me, when the dew point is bad, my lungs feel it, man. I hear it. So it was cool to see a little more stripped down Pentagon. So I don't blame him for not wearing all the makeup. It would have been running all over the place.
Yeah, it would have been just kind of disgusting. But
yeah,
that I like the one eye thing going on. Kind of reminds me of what Ray's gimmick is going on right now over on Raw.
Yeah, well, it was Venom. It was like part of a Venom mask. Very cool. Throw it over to what is that, Marvel? You know?
Yeah.
I love Marvel movies and stuff. I'm not that
Spider-Man
big.
is where it's at, bro.
I always, catch stuff,
Yeah. Polar Family had a good point. They aren't heels, they're just jerks, which I agree. They didn't do anything illegal. In Mexico, I know Excalibur talked about how that would have been a disqualification in Mexico, but
true.
They're in Florida. Nothing gets disqualified in Florida.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that. Oh, man. We're not going to go political tonight.
I'm not talking political. That's just in general.
Okay. All right. So, because everything's essential. Oh man. So and then the Bucks come down. First the Bucks sneak up behind. There's a bunch of different stuff going on here. We'll try to get through this quickly.
So many moving parts.
But yeah, exactly. All the gears. Bucks come down, sneak up behind the Butcher and a Blade, attack him, and get the keys back for the stolen truck of FTR. So they're coming down to the ring. They're like, "Oh, is this dangling the key? Is this yours?"
Did you lose something?
Did you lose something? Yeah. And out of one of the tunnels comes Kenny with a cooler. What do you think's in the cooler? Sure as hell can't be.
It was I thought it was milk and it was beer.
Oh, I would have laughed if pull a Kurt Angle
I thought he was gonna give FTR the beers and then he would have pulled out a milk for himself.
Yeah, so he's trying to be nice. I like how they tried to scribble out the light on the beer.
Yeah, when you can clearly see it was
horribly done. You can see, because the condensation is like no marker left. So they're handing lights, to the guys from FTR and Ken's like, hey, reaches in, grabs one for himself. One time I will have a beer with you guys. They cheers. And what does FTR do? They just dump it on Kenny. Kenny gets hot. And the Young Bucks are once again trying to break up a fight. Yeah, and Hangman's in the back just drinking like 5,
Hangman's being Hangman.
Hangman's just hammered in the back. He's what Trent would call me. It's just hammered.
Straight, just
all whiskey, this much Coke.
There you go.
Because that's the way to go if you're Hangman.
It's got to be Mexican Coke, though.
So they're trying to break up the fight again, and but hey, FDR got their truck back. So there's something brewing here.
I'm glad that entrance is back because them walking through the tunnels has been really weird in my opinion. Even though we've seen them for years come out through an entrance, I kind of like that they come in through that little pickup truck. Yeah, dude, okay. I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's something different. They got the the whole place to do stuff with. People coming out of tunnels, or the other side of the arena there or whatever. Hey, why not? Use it.
Hey, use it to make it as unique as possible.
Exactly. You have to. These are weird times, so let's not be boring with it, right?
Exactly.
All right, we continue. We got the Inner Circle coming out with Jericho, and he's cutting a promo against Orange Cassidy. Just cutting him down. Just cutting him down. Orange Cassidy comes out, gives him a big thumbs up, and turns it into a thumbs down.
He pulled a Sammy Callahan.
He pulled the OVE, brother.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, brother.
Oh man, just like I think people in Ohio must have popped for that one.
Oh man, you should hear me and Trent go off and pretend to be Sammy for like 6 hours straight.
I'd like to hear that sometime.
Oh, it's I do that. I go up to Sammy all the time at Impact. And I'll just start talking like him.
I tried that last night. It wasn't too bad. Trent can do it better than me though.
Oh, Trent can do it fantastic. Me and him will have a full-on conversation just in a Sammy voice.
See, that would hurt me after about 2 seconds. I can't do it really long.
You can't do it, J-Bone. You just can't do it. You can't be the draw.
I can't. There you go. See, there you go. So, and as soon as Orange Cassidy gives the thumbs down, we see an absolute classic moment where absolute gallons and upon gallons, hundreds of gallons of OJ and crushed oranges with pulp.
With
always,
pulp.
always have the pulp, man. I'm a pulp guy. Dumps down in the middle of the ring, completely
$7,000 jacket, brother.
Oh, just destroyed him. He was sticky throughout the rest of the episode. That was great. He's like, I'm sticky, JR.
Oh, I can't imagine. He did commentary for the last hour.
All he did was like wipe his face and maybe his hands a little. That's it. He sat in that. I mean, that must have stung and draw how many bugs up in commentary. JR must have hated that shit. Be like, hey, move over. You're drawing bugs. So that was a great moment. So Orange Cassidy, I think we could safely assume. I never assume anything in the world of professional wrestling.
Never assume.
But I think we could safely assume here we are going to get someday down the road real soon. We are going to get part 2.
I hope so. I think that's going to be a good build up to maybe like maybe Full Gear or something like that later this year.
Yeah,
I don't think that'll be at All Out. I think that's too soon.
Yeah. It'll be one of the next big ones. It'll be something nice because they can only bring in so many people. All right, then next we've got Jurassic Express versus the all these messages. I always keep my Facebook open for just in case of emergency and stuff like that.
They can wait.
They're just polite. No, they're chatting about something they saw on social media. I'm sure we're going to talk about it in a little bit on the other show. We're not going to talk about it here. All right, we're keeping this focused. We're keeping it focused. We got Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, Marco Stunt, 3 of my favorites versus 3 of my other favorites.
I love seeing the Elite.
Yeah, the Elite, Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Buck, and Kenny Omega. Still drenched in beer.
Dude,
people are just getting stuff dumped on them tonight. It's a really crazy old school night, man.
It's man. I don't know how he did that at all.
I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know everything about Kenny Omega. Is he like straight edge? Does he not drink?
No, he doesn't drink. So like that's why when it was dripping, it's not like he was like like trying to lick it or anything like that. He was just like, oh, I'm going to smell like beer for the next hour and a half.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have time to quick jump in the shower and get ready again. You just don't. It's crazy. So these guys had a tremendous match. I got to say, it's obviously very geared towards the ring abilities of the Elite.
Yeah.
Getting all their moves in. But that's what I love about Kenny working with the Bucks. Man, their moveset is just, bar none, one of the best out there. We've seen it for years. For me, it doesn't get old. I know for some it does. But now you stick 3 guys like Jurassic Express, an up-and-comer like Marco Stunt, the athletic ability of Jungle Boy tied with a bigger guy doing lucha moves like Luchasaurus. Man, your thoughts on this match, Baz?
There was a lot of good spots where I'm just like, wait, is Marco getting the win here? Like, there was a lot. I mean, there was a spot where I think Nick was getting pinned, and he didn't kick out. I mean, they had Matt or Nick break up the pinfall, and then they had Omega break up another pinfall. And when you see those are just like, I think that was the 6-man rust that the Elite have not had because they haven't been a team in a while as a 6-man unit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Whereas you've had Jurassic Express teaming consistently, mixing up between the three, doing 3-man, 6-man tag matches. I mean, they all know each other really well.
Yeah, win or lose, the Jurassic Express has been working together a lot more consistently lately. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, tremendous match. The Elite got the win here. Was a little surprised, but something very strange happened at the end of this. Kenny Omega attacks Marco Stunt. Just starts wailing on him. I mean, was it the beer? Do you think it was the beer? I mean, obviously,
this is what happens when Kenny drinks. He had a couple drips, and then he just became a raging alcoholic.
I mean, I have zero tolerance. I have one beer, and I'm like, hey, this is gonna get fun. You know, I'm not drinking.
See, I'm the happy drunk.
Yeah,
I'm like the one who's like trying to be friends with the bouncers and shit at a club.
That's a little weird, but I'm not gonna.
No, I'm just like nice to them. I'm just like, oh, thank you for everything you do, bro. Like I start being super polite to everyone while I'm just this like deranged mess. So everyone just laughs and doesn't kick me out. I've only been kicked out. I've been kicked out of bars twice. Both were on my birthday.
You're the silly sloppy guy in the corner going.
Usually if I get kicked out, it's because people keep feeding me alcohol and I blacked out and then I get kicked out.
Oof. Yeah, I've seen that before. Not for you personally.
Not for me.
I've had a couple of friends. I've never done anything. Oh, that's bullshit. I've done that too. All right. So weird ending, great match for the Elite versus Jurassic Express.
Yeah, I just feel like there are a lot of frustrations on Kenny's side as well because like we talked about Cody running. I mean, Kenny, it's well known that Kenny runs the women's division.
Mm.
So I mean, that's another factor of stress. And then he has this other thing of is Hangman gonna turn on me? What is he there for me? Is he really my partner? Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stress.
You would have thought he would have been out there, but Hangman's just driving the beat of his own drum. Yeah.
2015 Stanley Cup shirt.
Nice.
For Brian Rosa, for Bell's boy who was asking.
Nice. Yeah. There you go.
Hawks.
I'm not a big Chicago. Oh yeah.
Oh, of course.
I hear you. I'm not a big hockey guy, but I can respect that. I know the Cup is a big thing.
I'm trying to watch your guys' comments here too, guys. So I'm trying to do everything.
I'm trying to keep it moving, so that's why I'm not featuring.
You're keeping it. You're keeping it, and I'll just look at the comments.
There you go. Yeah, because I got 2 shows I got to do.
I know.
Moving, yeah. So we got the Moxley promo next, saying he's basically going to rip the Bonesaw. He's going to saw the bicep off of Cage's arm. I got a little weird there.
Bonesaw. Do you remember that?
I remember.
Bonesaw.
That was Savage in Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, that was the Bonesaw. Yeah, brother.
That was so good, so good. So yeah, another great promo for Moxley. It's the classic I'll always refer back to is the one for Milwaukee where he fought Bryan Danielson, and he said he was gonna rip off his head and put it on a silver platter. It's just incredible. It's still one of my favorites to this day. Next, we got the Nightmare Sisters, Brandy Rhodes and Allie, their AEW Dynamite debut. They've had a few matches on Dark. They're 3-0. Yeah. So for those out there saying that Allie hasn't been wrestling, correction. She has been wrestling.
See, this is the thing about Dark. Dark is not a B show. Dark is where talents are refined, in my opinion, because you don't have this crazy developmental system. You don't have this history that you do with other companies. You don't have multiple shows. Like Dark is where you see all the young talent. That's where you see all these gimmicks and all this stuff get refined a little bit more. So watch Dark. Dark is only an hour. It's on YouTube. You can even watch it on Wednesdays and make Wednesdays 3 hours long for you if you want. Or
there you go.
Watch it before Impact. Watch it after Impact. If you guys watch Impact,
they even break it up into the individual matches on YouTube, but like a couple days later.
Yeah, on
so
Friday,
if you don't watch the whole thing, they break it down.
They break it up on Fridays, I believe, Thursday or Fridays. So Dark is a fantastic show. A lot of good stuff happens on there. You'll see a lot of talent that you've seen on the indies, and
up-and-comers,
yeah, go for it, guys. I mean, it's a fantastic show. Never sleep on those B shows.
There you go. So saith Basil. Now we got two new faces here. We got MJ Jenkins and Kenzie Page. Now we saw Kenzie Page last week, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And MJ Jenkins, formerly of, was it NXT?
NXT. Yeah, she did a little bit of Impact, I believe. Maybe Explosion or something like that.
Could be.
But yeah,
she was a year or two ago.
Yeah, she was in the developmental system, and I believe she got released during the whole COVID release batch.
Yeah.
So that's a good pickup for AEW. I mean, it's always good. It's always good to get some young talent.
Yeah, it's one of the more quiet ones that people didn't talk about too much because it was mixed in with the NXT batch of people. Some knew some of the names, some didn't. So, but yeah, if this was her tryout, I mean, it was short but sweet. The Nightmare Sisters get the win here. So we'll have to see what happens between Brandy and Allie. They don't exactly
get QT, man. It's just so weird right now without QT. Like,
yeah, because there was a storyline there between Allie and QT.
The whole dynamic is the QT part.
Yeah. So they're gonna keep it going. It'll be a slow burn.
Yeah.
Hopefully QT will come back soon and then they can blow that story up a little more.
Yeah.
Next, we got Dasha with the hot scoop with Nyla Rose in the ring, asking her about the new manager.
Excuse me, J-Bone. Excuse me.
Excuse me?
Excuse me.
See, this is where my wife, I'm telling you, Basil, I wish I caught the live reaction of my wife, Mrs. J-Bone.
Is she a Vicky mark?
She loathes Vicky. Quick story, because we're trying to keep it moving here.
Yeah.
We saw SmackDown come to Milwaukee, and it was the night where Vicky basically got booed out of the ring when she was in the ring with Cena and Ziggler. They booed so loud we couldn't not hear a word that Vicky was saying.
I have never heard Nuclear Heat live because I've been in a few WWE shows, and I have never heard Nuclear Heat like I have with Vicky when she comes out during her peak when she was SmackDown GM as well, and then when she was managing Ziggler. Nothing beats that. I'm sorry.
I laughed so hard because my wife was just, I was almost pissing myself laughing, falling off the damn couch. My wife is at her craft desk working on some stuff, and she's looking over the couch past me at the TV, and I kind of slowly turn around. I'm like, honey, it's your favorite. She's like, God damn it. She's losing it. And I'm just giggling because I know, like I popped. I kind of assumed, I was hoping for Vicky Guerrero because I know what she could do, with someone like Nyla
I think
Rose.
Vicky's going to be fantastic with Nyla.
It's just good to see her back, and it's good to see a company like AEW use her. So
yeah.
Wikipedia.
Vicky deserves to be on TV.
She does. She really does. And I'm glad she's up for it. I know she's had some highs and some lows. She's been, she's had some emotional things going on, especially with the the series that she played part of this last Dark Side of the Ring, reminiscent about Eddie, that was emotional, but then she got right into AEW after that, picked herself up. Tremendous.
Good for her.
Yeah. So Nyla Rose backed by Vicky Guerrero. Can't wait to see what this all comes to fruition with this. Now, the main event, Cage versus Mox. Two just beasts. You got the athletic power of the machine, Brian Cage, and the old school scrap of Jon Moxley. Your thoughts on this match, man?
Okay, the beginning, like the first, I would say 80% of this match was fantastic. It was that great back and forth. I like how Moxley went with the MMA approach with targeting Brian's shoulder that was injured back in January.
Yeah. Limb work.
I love limb work. Like if a wrestler is gonna go for a submission move, work that body part. I enjoy that because you see that type of stuff in MMA where like if you know someone's a good kicker, you go for their legs. Like you try to break their strength down. Brian's a strong dude. You take out his arm, that's the drill claw, that's weapon X. Like that's a lot of stuff that he uses his arm with. He can't do his swinging lariat. There's a lot of things that you take out of Cage's arsenal when you take out his shoulder. So I thought that was great. He was working the arm. The outside, I liked how it was. They just went slightly to the outside. Wasn't anything too crazy. They didn't use a weapon per se. They just kind of rearranged the scenery a little bit. And if they bumped into it, they bumped into it.
Oh,
it was good on the ref that he allowed it to happen because I agreed. If that were to end in a disqualification, that would have been bleh. So I liked it. It was nice and built up.
And this was Rick Knox. He, he's been lenient in the past. So yeah, it was cool that he let a guy like Mox just kind of like do a little walk around, and let Brian Cage and him have a little dance outside the ring there. It was very romantic. It was beautiful. I loved it.
Great.
It was yeah.
I liked how they kept switching back and forth when they were on the outside to see who was going to slam into the barricade. So that was great. I did like the sequence where they kept rolling around, where Cage was trying to get out of he was in a Fuji armbar, and then he was in a cross armbar.
Yeah,
all that stuff was fantastic. The part that got me was when Taz threw in that towel, and I was just like,
I wasn't happy with that either. But yeah,
I get it. It's to keep Cage looking strong. But it's just like, and that is, and this is a personal opinion. This is at every company I've ever seen this for. I hate early title matches for new people on the roster.
Yeah,
hate it. So
doesn't matter the brand. It's yeah.
I don't care the brand. I've seen it on every brand, and I absolutely despise it because when you lose that title match so early, you have to do so much to build it back up, especially if it's the same champion. Because if you have someone who's champion for a long time, it's hard to build up that rematch. You can't do it so soon because you've already blown your load in that sort of sense. So it's what's Cage going to do now? Is he going to go after Cody? Is he going to go after the TNT championship now? Is he going to just defend the FTW title on its own?
Yeah.
There's a few possibilities with that. But
I think you better check that arm first, man. Mox really gave that arm a run for its money.
Yeah.
Both arms for that matter, I think.
Yeah.
So you guys always crack me up in the chat. Love you. So that's but that's not the end of the show there.
It is not.
Mox wins the match.
You okay? J-Bone? Okay. So Mox wins the match. I got you. Mox wins the match. They're kind of everyone's processing the towel being thrown in. And then come from the back left over there, we got Darby on a studded skateboard doing a 180 kickflip off Brian's face with the skateboard. I don't know. I don't skateboard, so I don't. I think that's the move. I think that's what the trick is called. But we kind of get that.
I'm just gonna nod my head and be like, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I was gonna say missile drop kick with the skateboard.
There you go. That's probably better. But we get that, and it's kind of it. We kind of get two things. We get almost like a closure to the Brian Darby thing, and then we kind of build this new possibility of Mox and Darby, which that don't go to Connecticut and get that $10,000 fine. Right. Have that match anywhere. Have that at Daly's Plaza.
Yeah.
That match should be. I don't want to see it. That needs to be like a lights out style match.
But it does because then you can have things like Darby Allin going off the top of Daly's place into the ring on top of Mox with the skateboard. Like can they build a turnpike on just all the way down and just have it go into the ring? I don't know how safe that is. Like a ramp, like a spiral ramp. Darby Allin coming all the way down from the roof. Just
I highly doubt that's safe, but let's do it.
I trust Darby's talents, and I trust the engineering prowess of the people running Daly's place in Florida construction. Do it, book it. So yeah, great to see Darby Allin back. But when the lights out, not that I don't like Darby, but technically this was day one of freedom for many people from the WWE. This was day one. Okay?
That main roster.
And I was expecting maybe more of a surprise than MJ Jenkins. Now we're getting more of a surprise next week. I got a feeling.
Yeah, I thought we were going to see Ryder.
I really thought we were going to see someone like that. But there's so many choices. And honestly, this is a time in wrestling where, if people aren't locked in the contracts and they're just, going event by event, we could see people show up here. We could see people show up in Impact.
Saturday's going to be interesting, man.
Saturday's going to blow up the territory.
I don't even know who I'm taking pictures of on Saturday, dude. I still don't know. And that's a shoot. I'm not even working right now. Like, I have no idea what I'm walking into on Saturday. I don't know who's at the show.
I think you might be taking pictures of a few, maybe some good brothers. Maybe, yeah. It's just a guess. If we could pick someone off the top of my head.
There might be a few good brothers. That's the only one I can. We've heard that word a few times.
Yes, yeah. Maybe some, maybe some gang will show up and you'll take some pictures. So no spoilers. Callis did that. Hell, anyways. So yeah, good to see Darby Allin back. Not a lot of surprises tonight, but we'll quick run through the card and then we're gonna get out of here for next week. We got Cody defending his TNT championship again, mystery opponent. You could fill that with about 1 million different blanks after this week.
Warhorse.
Yeah.
Give me Warhorse.
Yeah, Warhorse. Yeah.
Warhorse. There's a few other people.
Yeah. We've got, I can't read my own damn writing. Ivelisse. Finally.
Yeah, Ivelisse.
I have been waiting for 2 years for someone to pick up Ivelisse. I know how talented she is. I loved her all 4 seasons in Lucha Underground. That's been a long time waiting. I hope they pick her up. She deserves it. Very hard worker.
Yep.
So can't wait to see that. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Well, we got Young Bucks versus Butcher and the Blade.
Tremendous.
Was that street fight? I think they said.
I didn't catch what type of match it was. It was MJF.
MJF is in action, singles action.
And then Jurassic Express versus Hagar and Jericho. So, Loaded week next week. We're going to get out of here. Kind of a rushed ending. My apologies, but I got to go book the territory somewhere else real quick, too. So thank you very much, Basil, for joining me in this review of Fight for the Fallen, AEW. And we'll see you guys real soon down the road. Much love, everyone. Take care.
Next week we'll try to do a longer episode for you guys.
We'll take our time. Yeah, we're not going to double book it.
Go over to TNI, wherever that is. I don't know where it is. Go over to TNI. Go check them out. Give Kyle shit for not showing up every week.
There we go. Yeah, in about 15 minutes, because I got to reset the time now. In about 15 minutes, we're going to have 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, 15, 20 minutes, we're going to have the predictions over on the TNI channel. We'll see you over there.
Yep.
Later.